The desert, a land of silence, mystery, and extremes. Stretching across continents, deserts represent the raw, untamed face of nature, and among them, the Sahara reigns supreme. Spanning an immense 9.2 million square kilometers, it is the largest hot desert on Earth, dominating the northern third of Africa. Its name, derived from the Arabic word Sahra, simply means desert. Yet this vast expanse is anything but simple, from the windswept dunes of the Erg Chebbi in Morocco to the rocky highlands of the Hoggar Mountains in Algeria. The Sahara is a landscape of contrasts and paradoxes. Beneath the sun's merciless glare, temperatures soar beyond 50 degrees Celsius by day, then plunge near freezing at night, a cycle repeated across millennia. The sky, vast and unbroken, offers an unfiltered view of the cosmos at night, revealing the Milky Way in breathtaking clarity. Yet life clings here with astonishing resilience. Nomadic tribes like the Tuareg and Bedouin have traversed its shifting sands for generations, guided by stars, wind, and wisdom passed through the ages. Their camels, so-called ships of the desert, tread ancient trade routes that once linked sub-Saharan Africa to Mediterranean cities, carrying salt, gold, ivory, and ideas. The Sahara was never a mere wasteland. It was a bridge between worlds. Thousands of years ago, its climate was wetter, and its vast stretches were dotted with lakes and grasslands. Rock art hidden in its remote corners reveals hunters, herders, and even swimmers. Glimpses of a forgotten age when giraffes roamed freely and humans thrived. Over time, as the Earth's axis shifted and monsoons retreated, the green gave way to sand. But the Sahara is not alone in its splendor. Across Asia, the Gobi Desert spreads its cold embrace between China and Mongolia, a realm of gravel plains and whispering dunes. Here, winter brings snow to the sand, and fossils of dinosaurs lie buried beneath the dust. In the Middle East, the Rub al-Khali, or our empty quarter, is the world's largest area of continuous sand, a sea of golden dunes where barely a drop of rain falls in years. To the south, the Kalahari and Namib deserts paint a different picture of arid beauty. The Namib, considered the world's oldest desert, offers towering dunes tinged in red and mysterious fog-fed ecosystems where beetles and plants have adapted to drink from the morning mist. Meanwhile, in Australia, the Outback's Simpson and Great Victoria deserts form a harsh heartland where Aboriginal peoples have flourished for tens of thousands of years, guided by a spiritual connection to the land expressed through Dreamtime stories and sacred songlines. Even in North America, deserts play their part. The Mojave, Sonoran, and Chihuahuan deserts are teeming with life, cacti blooming under a blazing sun, roadrunners darting past, and coyotes howling in the moonlight. Deserts, despite their reputation, are not lifeless. They are alive with adaptation, resilience, and rhythm. They challenge the living, yet shape cultures, civilizations, and even myths. In the Sahara, ancient cities like Timbuktu and Ghadams rose as hubs of learning and trade, while in the American Southwest, cliff dwellings whisper of lost civilizations. Deserts are not only physical places, they are spiritual metaphors, landscapes of the soul. They strip away the noise, the distractions, forcing reflection. In religious texts and modern tales alike, the desert is a place of testing and transformation. Moses wandered, Jesus fasted, and in many traditions, prophets emerged from the wilderness, bearing truth. Today, deserts face new challenges. Climate change and desertification threaten to expand arid regions and displace millions. Yet humans respond with innovation. Solar farms bloom in the Sahara, turning sun into power. Scientists study desert plants for drought resistance, and ecologists rewild forgotten corners with hope. Still, the desert waits, timeless, vast, and patient. Its winds whisper stories older than history, and every grain of sand is a relic of an ancient world. The desert humbles us, teaches us, and calls to something deep within, the longing for space, silence, and survival. As the sun sets across the dunes, casting long shadows and golden hues, The desert breathes, eternal and unchanged, reminding us that even in the most barren places, life finds a way. In the heart of an ancient town forgotten by maps and erased from time itself, nestled between whispering forests and crooked cobblestone streets, stood a peculiar little shop that had long outlived its neighbors. The faded wooden sign above its door simply read, Marin's Timepieces, and it was said that the clocks inside never stopped ticking. Regardless of power outages, broken gears, or even the end of their own mechanical lives. Locals avoided it. Children dared each other to peer through the dusty windows, but never stepped past the threshold. The air around the shop always felt a little colder, a little heavier, like it remembered more than it should. Inside, the shop was cramped and crowded with time itself. Grandfather clocks, wall clocks, cuckoo clocks, hourglasses filled with black sand, and strange devices that had no hands but pulsed with quiet light, like beating hearts. And in the center, hunched over a delicate pocket watch with eyes that glimmered like fractured glass, sat Marin Thorne, the last of the cursed clockmakers. His hands, aged but steady, moved with unnatural precision, adjusting tiny screws and gears invisible to ordinary eyes. They said he hadn't aged in decades. They said he was bound by a pact, one he'd made long ago, in desperation, with a being who lived outside of time. Marin himself never spoke of it. His only companion was the ticking, day in, day out, night after endless night. But one evening, as a crimson moon rose and the shadows stretched longer than they should have, a girl entered the shop. She couldn't have been older than 17, her coat soaked from the rain, her eyes hollow with questions. Her name was Elowen, and she carried with her an old, broken clock that had belonged to her late father. She begged Marin to fix it, though she had no money to offer. Instead, she spoke of strange dreams, of standing in places that didn't exist, of voices calling her name from behind walls that breathed. Marin, silent as ever, studied the clock. It was one of his. A design he had only made once, and as he held it, something deep within the shop groaned, wood creaking, gears grinding, as if time itself had stirred. That night, as the girl slept upstairs in the room no one had entered in 50 years, Marin opened a hidden drawer beneath his workbench. Inside was a contract written in ink that shimmered like spilled moonlight. The name at the bottom was his. But now, a second name was appearing, letter by letter, written by an invisible hand. Elowen Thorne. Panic clawed at Marin's chest, but it was too late. The curse had chosen again. Outside, the clocks began to chime. Not the hour, not in unison, but in warning. And far beyond the veil of reality, something ancient opened its eyes.